And we are back from our break. Welcome back to Atlanteon, friends. We are in the depths of the Monster Hunters Sanctuary, and that is located at Tungnath Monastery, in the middle of the Great Central Continent. Uh, Rigash is outside standing in the snow because the spy successfully made everyone think that no, I'm not going back in that place. Those people are insane. So that he could stay outside and contact and get orders from the spy agency, which is pretty amazing considering how perceptive all of the rest of the characters are. So Rigash, you are outside. And you pull your purpose built scrying globe out again. The metal face.
Redial.
The metal.
I'll get
Yeah, the metal face appears and says, "Please enter your access code."
8146.
Accept, Accepted. Welcome back. Welcome back, Rigash. And the face dissolves, and the face of the high elf reappears and says, "Ah, when you disappeared, we feared the worst.
Yeah, no, I just had
Continue
to go
your
ahead
report."
quickly. Yeah, so apparently there's like this crazy like tiefling inside of like this little monastery that's on like you know where like the Americas are, hopefully. Yeah, I'm over here.
Actually, it's Central Asia.
Oh, Central Asia. Yes, so I'm over
But
like
we call it in this time it's called the Central Continent.
okay. So
And
like I'm
and
over the Central Continent.
this is the mountain range that belongs to the Celestial Emperor. Actually, you're not far. You're within the you are within you're just outside the ring of sacred temples. You would know that.
So yeah, I'm like, so quick report back. Turns out this is like the monastery for like the monster hunters. There's a crazy tiefling inside, and that's like
You're reporting all of this to the Central Intelligence Command at the City of Glass, correct?
yes,
Okay, I just want to make sure you know that you're talking to your controllers and giving them the report.
yeah,
Okay, so you tell them all about the location where you are. You give them a ping. You do a visual sweep of the area, and the high elf says report received. Orders are to remain and observe the operations of the group where you are, and covertly record and transmit subsequent reports.
got
Do not allow the group to observe you recording.
got it. So just secretly record.
Yes,
Got
surveil and report.
got it. Also,
Going back to, is there anything else that
about
you
the
wanted to ask?
caravan thing.
So, uh,
Yeah,
yes,
the
we will
caravan thing.
cleanup
But that,
crews are being sent to collect inventory. Package will be care package will be left for you in the u
got it.
it will be left for you in the usual place.
Got it. Alright, thanks. Also, just so you know, like one of the people in this group already looted like into that the two that were mauled by like this mechanical displacer beast. So yeah,
If cha- if communication channels are compromised, eliminate the compromise.
got it. Okay. Alright, I'll report back in with the No recording and surveillance and yada yada.
We will expect report within 48 hours. If not, we will send investigation to discover your demise. Good hunting.
Okay. Bye.
Okay. Back to the inside. All the rest of you are inside, and Gwyn is enjoying her tea, sitting back and looking and watching all of you.
I message Gray to open a channel with him. I say, would it be safe to take this book?
Is that the head thing where we talk in our heads?
I message you in your head.
And
would it be safe to take this book if she gave me permission? And you're allowed to respond.
Oh, okay. So this is where I can think to you?
Yes.
Okay.
So I also wanted to open up a channel so you could tell me your thoughts.
I don't know how well perceptive she is.
I don't want to steal it. I was going to ask her if I could take it, but I was wondering from you if it was safe to do that. If she did take this.
I messaged back, I would leave with nothing that you didn't come in with.
Noted.
Does anybody else want to try anything or want to say anything before interactions?
I'm going to go pour myself a cup of tea.
And any other time that we have here, I'm going to be writing down notes of what I can find in this book. Do you need me to give you any specifics about what I'm trying to find because I am writing it down?
Yeah, go ahead. Let me roll something for Gray real quick, and then cool. so have your list ready. Gray, as you reach for a cup, Gwyn puts her hand over, before you can touch a certain cup. She grabs that and says, "Oh, sorry," and pulls that cup away. She says, "You don't want that one." And she grabs a rag and begins wiping it out. Says, "Sorry."
Okay, so that confirms my my thoughts.
And it was the one you were reaching for too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So now I know what time it is. Okay. I thought me and her were on the same page on that one, so I just was double checking. Thank you.
Pretty much. Paladoon, did you have something you wanted to?
Yes, I'm gonna go ahead and tell her. Hey, is it okay if I go ahead and borrow this stone tablet about the history of the planet?
Roll a persuasion check.
That is a nat 20.
No.
It's nat 20.
No, really?
Really?
You roll too many nat 20s, Antonio.
His dice. I've seen him. I've seen these dice. I'm worried that they're weighted, but they're random enough. I mean, they throw 20s. Okay.
This is one of the times that 20 is not a good thing.
So she looks at you and she says, "Show me your face. Take your helmet off."
I take my helmet off.
Her eyes widen and says, "Man, what did that? If you tell me what did that, and I'll tell you, and I'll let you keep the tablet."
I tell her that I'm from a different timeline, and through a bunch of time travel shenanigans, I ended up here.
Do you tell her the whole story, or you give her like the truncated version like that?
I give her the story halfway between those two. Like, I don't tell her everything, but I don't tell her just the truncated thing.
Okay, so you basically just tell her things about you, and you don't include any sensitive information about anyone else. Okay, so she listens to your story, fascinated, and she says, "You poor dear, you've been hurt just like me. Yes, you can keep the tablet. It's not doing any good here. And if you can make some use of it, just return it in as good or better shape when you. That's the policy of the library, right, Gray?
Yes, yeah, that's the policy. As I just rub my forehead, looking like, okay.
What?
I
You
can
always
say-
said Master was too stingy with the equipment here. And if there's only two of us left, who's left? Why not use them? Perhaps it is
Very
time.
true. Oh, yeah, I wish we wouldn't make a habit of. You never know when the master may pop up again.
Oh, really? What? Do you have him in your pocket?
No, yeah, I think he's in your pocket.
She takes a couple of guarded steps back away from you, and slowly begins like patting down her pockets from the outside. She's not sticking her hands in there like, oh, what did you do? I mean, she begins looking around her shadow and stuff like that. Like, ooh. She immediately becomes extremely guarded. Villy, what would you like to do?
I want to write down any information I can about a born rune child. Any signs of figuring out if somebody is one, if you are one, and if they have any sort of significance or difference of construct rune children.
Okay. The primary difference is that natural born rune children are exposed to great loci of the ley lines, where basically they're the intersections where the weave of magic comes together at certain points, and the portal in Solaire is one of them. It is one of the great intersections of ley lines. They exist in certain harmonics around the planet, and when you it's almost as if the planet is a huge icosahedron. There are 20 of these vertices that exist across the surface of the planet, and there are hundreds and thousands of subvertices and other places where they cross as well. But Solaire and the temple at Solaire happens to be one of them. It actually lists Solaire as being one of the places that natural rune children are often found. Because it happens to be in a place, right where it's a harnessed place, so it's a place that's monitored a lot. They think that the writer of this book theorized that natural born rune children would occur in other parts of the planet as well, near the other intersections, but some of those are located underwater, some of them are located like in active volcanoes. Several of them are located underwater actually. Only a few are like located in civilized areas in places that have been harnessed, but these extremely powerful loci, the major vertices are like the big deal.
Okay.
And the last thing, it said that that rune children can be created by applications of the divine first, third, fifth, and augmented uses of the pentatonic measure.
Perhaps that might be something to bring up with the Seamus, and if he doesn't confirm it, perhaps the children. I think the children are constructs. So nothing about physical signs of any difference of
It
a
seems
born
like
child rather than contract?
it seems like rune children are not bred; they are marked.
Mm-hmm.
So they can be any species, any person, and it can be a rock. You can find rune marked rocks as well.
Interesting. So what I meant though was, so there's no physical way you can tell if somebody is born or a construct?
No, there's no functional difference. At least not according to this writer. He doesn't mention any difference between them other than categories of how they're created.
Okay. Who is? Or okay. No, I would. Never mind.
You want the author?
Yeah.
The author of this work is Apostet, the enemy.
Well, that's
The book is written by a god.
Shit. How do you spell that?
Aposset. It is also the name of one of the planets in the sky.
Interesting.
That each one of the planets in the sky is associated with one of the different gods. So. Let's see. Beestje, did you want to do anything in particular?
Yeah. I just what's her name again? I keep forgetting her name.
Gwyn.
I just walk up to Gwyn and I say, hey Gwyn, so I see you you are in the possession of a scale of a mighty Tarask. And it piques my interest, let's just say. I know you like to trade. I know you like to trade things. I know you like collecting things. I can give you something of equal value. Maybe even more. I can make you a member. I can give you the honor, the most honorable thing known to mankind, and even more. I can make you a member of the Dark Hive. And you can contact all of the Thry Queen of the Dark Hive all at once.
Great. Roll an insight check.
Mind. Become part of the kingdom.
24.
Beestje, roll a persuasion check. Gray, you know that you have specifically that as a monster hunter, Gwyn knows exactly what becoming a member of the Dark Hive entails, and you know that Gwyn knows exactly what he's exactly what.
15.
Gray, you see Gwyn almost look like she's laughing inside. Only someone familiar with her as you can see the subtle change in her body language, because you of course have all been completely schooled in showing no reaction. Beestje, what you notice is the tip. The only thing you notice is that the tip of her tail, which had been twitching slightly, stops, and then starts again, and she takes a sip of her tea and leans forward and says, "Better yet, rather than giving me the sting, why don't you just let me have one of your stingers?"
I
What do you
message
mean?
Gray. Should these
Beestje,
conversations
roll an insight check.
17.
In the Dark Hive, giving up a stinger without using it is tantamount to surrender, and dishonorable surrender. So what she has just done, knowingly or unknowingly, is either say that you need to surrender to her, or you are not worthy of fighting. Either way, if she knows what she's saying, she's directly insulted you. If she doesn't know what she's saying, then she it could be an innocent mistake.
Does she know what she's saying? Can I insight that or no?
No, you can't.
Okay.
You cannot tell. As far as you can tell, she's just said what she said.
Can I message Beestje?
What's the cast time on message? Because you've already just messaged Greg.
She'd see.
Because this isn't just like a group DM that you can do.
Yeah, I know. I'd imagine she'd see it as well because it is.
Where are my stingers located?
They are located in your lower abdomen.
How many do I have?
You have one at a time.
It's one.
If you use it, it takes either like a year to grow back, or the queen can cause it to grow back immediately if you are in her presence.
I ask Gwen. Now, why would you want the stinger without the sting?
Because I don't have one.
You being one of the most prosperous collectors ever, I doubt that. I'm surprised.
Prosperous? Look at this place. Look at this grand ruin. Does this look prosperous to you?
With a Tarask scale in the corner, yeah.
We guard. That's a trophy from an ancient master 800 years ago, saving the entire salt lands from a rampaging Tarask. You think I'm just gonna hand that over?
You have a point.
And I go, and you have a point. She asked you for it.
Do you have a point? Do you have any idea what giving up the stinger entails? What
I imagine it's probably unpleasant when it happens, just because you're kind of have a chunk of you being pulled out. I imagine that's probably pretty painful. But if it's pulling out one way or another, what does it matter if it's in me or not?
That's what she said.
Okay, well. You ruined the moment.
This video is not for children.
Bruh.
It's a good thing y'all are teenagers because, okay.
I glare
My excuse is I have Tourette's.
glare at Villy, just like entailing
No,
that.
I didn't say
it's
that.
Not the time. I
didn't say
thought.
that.
Okay, not in character. Okay.
No.
Sorry.
Billy would never.
So I just I say to Gwen, taking out one of your stingers is one of the most if not the most dishonorable surrender I can ever give, and giving up a stinger without use is just not possible, and I can't.
Yeah,
so
it requires a surrender, doesn't it?
It's
if
either,
you're willing to do that, then that would be an admission worthy of something as valuable as, say, a Tarask scale that one has no intention of returning. So you have to give something up of equal power.
I can't contact my queen. I'm in the building too.
Oh yeah, amazing that, isn't it? When monsters walk so willingly into the monster hunter's lair.
Okay, first of all, I'm not a monster. That was offensive, all right?
Oh,
second of all...
I apologize. How politically incorrect of me.
If anything, you're the monster. You're a tiefling.
Okay, guys. We need to calm down. We need to find a way to get out of here. Beestje, you should drink some tea.
We don't intend to leave here with anything that we're not supposed to have. And I hand her back the book. Thank you for the information. I hope you don't mind that I wrote some of it down.
What is information? What is information if it's unharnessed? Take the book. Make some use of it. If the books are right, if the books are right, then all the knowledge in it will be useless soon anyway.
So you
Point.
know.
Well, of course. It's mentioned in anyone who understands the cycle of time knows what's happening. There's an ebb and flow to things. It's happened so many times before. I'm surprised Bugman here doesn't know all about it.
I'm 3 years old.
Oh,
He's a baby.
really? You're only 3 years old?
Yeah.
Her entire manner towards you changes immediately. And she's like, "Oh my gosh, are you hungry? Are you okay? I'm so sorry. I was so sorry. I was so mean to you. Oh my gosh." And like she starts babying you.
Okay, well, listen, lady. I'm not here. I'm not a baby.
She's like, "Come over here, have some tea. Have some tea, of course. Oh, of course. Give me some of the here." And she pours out one of the honeys and she begins dissolving it in the fire for you.
Okay. Well, I can just eat them myself. You realize that, right? Sorry.
But don't you need them soft? The pupae need the pupae of the thrycreen. They require of the dark hive. They require them softened so that the pupae can. And she begins trying to feed you.
Is she being condescending?
No, she's not.
Roll a perception check.
Yeah, I wanna.
2.
Nat 1.
So wait, no, hold on.
Lie to me so I can.
She is.
Plus the bonus, it's a 7. It's a 7 plus the bonus.
She is, as far as you can tell, her entire demeanor has completely changed. Like as soon as she found out that you were only 3 years old, she's now trying to be like, "Oh, I'm so," like she appears genuinely mortified that she seems to have offended you with this.
Okay.
It's kind of like kicking a puppy. It's like, "Oh crap, I'm sorry, puppy. Oh, you poor kid. Oh,
Yeah,
I don't know if you've ever
and-
accidentally stepped on a puppy tail or something like that.
No, I put my arm around Beestje, and he's playing it up. He's playing it strong, but he's incredibly cold. And if you could guide us towards getting back to Soleil, getting back somewhere else, that would be incredibly nice for I cover his mouth, for the baby.
So the way that you generate speech is by vibrating your mandibles, and Billy just grabs onto your mandibles so that they can't vibrate.
Okay, well,
it's not painful though.
Yep.
Just for a second.
Hey, I look at Gwen and go, remember when we were downstairs last time? And then I touched the one thing and I was gone.
She looks up and says, from the piece of honey that she's trying to stuff into the mandibles that are now closed. She looks up and says, "Yeah."
Is there a way you could go get that, and then maybe we can see if I can touch it again and we get all teleported back? I think that is a direct connection to the book.
You want me to go? You want me to go get the chime of fifths, and just hand it to you?
No, I want you to go get it and bring it up here because we don't want everyone else going down. And maybe.
Why are you even mentioning the catacombs in the presence of outsiders, Gray?
I didn't call it a catacomb. I said go get something.
That's where. And she tosses the unused honey down to the ground, where it just kind of splats a little bit in a half melted gelid mass, and she begins pacing away, and she's real agitated. She says,
"Okay." She's pacing away from the group.
She turns her back away because she's trying. You can tell that she's getting really angry, and she turns back and she whirls and turns back at you and says, "This is I gave you all the signs. I asked you in sign language repeatedly, are you in distress? You gave me all the signals, so I bring them down here so we can trap them all. And now you're trying to tell me that you're trying to tell me that you want me to go down and get something for them in front of you? What are you doing here? Have you forgotten everything that Sensei told you?
Here, let's walk away together real quick.
It's like, I'm not walking away from the library with all of these people down here. This one's talking about stealing the Tarrasque scale, for crying out loud.
Not stealing.
If you really are the possessor of the dust, the next time you drop into it, when's gonna have your hide?
Yeah, sure.
Can we go outside? Would that satiate you?
She looks at
Pretty
you
we
and
have
says,
another person, don't
"No, you can't go outside because you can't leave here again."
What? What do you mean by that?
She turns to Gray and says, "Isn't that why you brought them here? Specimens!"
What?
Gray?
I immediately try.
Everyone, roll a dex check, please.
Oh shit!
What?
I passed my trigger check.
17.
21.
Wow.
So you
19 on the die.
Paladin, what did you roll?
A 3.
So Villicent and Beestje, each of you hear a ching ching directly above you. You jump out of the way just as a giant bell jar comes down and right over top of where you were. Paladoon, a giant bell jar goes ching and you are captured inside it.
Oi!
Get him out! Get him out or I will.
She looks at you and says, "Oh, why do we have to do this the hard way?" And she gestures 2 more times. Each of you make another dexterity check.
Fine.
Oh,
17 on the die. 19.
19?
11, but what I can do is I can use a special little ability called Dark One's Own Luck.
yes,
And
you
what
can,
that
can't
does
you?
is I can add a D10 to any of my rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Once
it.
per day.
Let's see it.
10. Yeah.
Nice. So Beestje and Billy scatter out of the way, and Billy's like, "What are you doing?" And Beestje, you look and she snaps her fingers again, and Billy, you see her obviously activating something, so you're like, you move immediately, and Beestje, you're like, ha, and the thing goes boom right behind you. Like,
Yeah.
it lands a millimeter from your rear heel. You're just like, ha, boosh, right behind you, and Billy, another one drops down right over top of where you were, but you roll out of the way. Gray, what do you want to do?
Oh god.
You notice, Gray, that there are not any dropping on you.
Oh, I know. I was trying to find a way to get everyone out because I knew what page she was on.
Am I that transparent?
No, that's why I did the coffee cup thing. To see if she would spare me. I knew the tea was drugged. I was waiting for someone to drink it.
Yeah, I noticed no one else did. Y'all are fucking smart.
Yeah, they
I
were
know
smart.
better. You poison people so
But-
many times. How are we
but,
ever supposed to trust you again with food?
Can I say, hey, listen, lady, you don't want to, because I am seconds away from just destroying your, like, what's the word?
temple.
destroying your sustenance right now. Okay, so don't do that again.
I'm never one to set books on fire, but don't think I'm not above it.
Paladin is just going like. And just,
Roll a
and
strength
trying
check,
to-
Paladin.
Okay then. That is a 7 plus my strength of +2 is 9.
You cannot,
Chronal
but
shift.
the glass does not.
Chronal shift.
The
Chronal
glass
shift.
doesn't budge.
Chronal shift. Reroll.
Oh,
You feel?
there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Reroll it. Reroll it, Paladin.
You feel some.
Wait a minute, can I actually attack it?
Yeah, if you want.
Okay, so that's 11 for the second strength check, and for my attack rolls, the first one is a 17 plus my plus 7 is
Call it.
20. First attack with my halberd is my first attack with halberd is 17 plus what is it? It's 24 to hit, and the other one is a nat 1.
Oh, no.
Bruh.
Roll again. Roll the nat one.
Okay,
See how bad it is.
a 19.
You got lucky. Lucky.
Do I roll for the first one?
So you try to move the thing like, and then Billy snaps her fingers, and you're back at the same moment. You're like, and doesn't work that time either. And so then you get like, a mad kobold, and you pull your halberd out and go, pring, and but the tempered monster-proof glass does not give.
But I.
Ah.
Oh.
Okay, so I see this happen. I'm over this. I cast Blight on whatever her name is, Gwen.
Okay.
Stupid ass name.
I still love her.
Roll a spellcasting check.
With pleasure. Nat 20.
You cast the blight at her, and she reaches up etherically. Her fingers appear to be like blowtorches, and she slices right through the magical weave of your spell as it approaches her.
You're in the wrong place.
Okay, well she has to take like half of the damage now since she was successful on the saving throw, so she takes
It's a spell negation.
Oh, okay. Well, that's okay.
And
counterspell.
roll a dexterity check.
Okay, fine.
Wait, was that a spell that she did to dispel that?
Yes.
And I'm out of
Counterspell.
spell slots, so I can't counter her counter
Oh
spell.
wait, I'm out of reactions because Colonel Shift was a reaction. Damn it.
I would have countered her counter spell, but I'm out of spell slots, so
Yep. No, that's not something that you can counter though.
oh,
'Cause
that's
it's a-
bullshit.
Because it's a destruction of your spell. It's not a counter spell. It's a draining of the spell energy out of the world.
Okay, for the dex save, I rolled a 15.
A bell jar comes down and right over top of you. You take the
Come
time.
on.
You take the time to cast the spell, and that's long enough for her to drop it on you.
Fucking hell.
All right, I want to do something.
Hang on,
crazy.
Paladoon.
Is the glass soundproof?
You don't know. You can hear what's going on outside.
Okay then. So I whistle for Dawn.
Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. Don's located in Solaire, you know, right?
Oh no.
Yeah.
So if you summon him here, there's a really good chance that you're gonna lose him for months as he runs here.
Okay then. Never mind.
I'm gonna crouch down, grab my sword, and try to invoke anything I can, like I would be using the book of the masters, to try to figure a way to get us out of this place without offending Gwen.
Okay.
Like it like make. I want to try to make it like someone else is doing. What do I need to get us out of here?
Okay. Hold that thought. Tess, what did you want Billy to do?
Yeah, I just think
You've evaded the jars so far,
yeah.
but this is a giant trigger for you.
Yeah. I rolled one already. I can roll another. I know I'm still good.
If you've already rolled it, then don't worry about it.
I rolled it when she said specimens, but yeah.
That was the trigger that I'm
Yeah.
referencing. So
Is
yeah,
the
if you-
glass case? Sorry.
Say
I'll
what?
wait.
You
No,
can
no.
ask.
I'll wait. Okay. Is the glass case heavy enough to be like mage handed? Probably, right? I can't.
Mage handed?
It's
No.
too heavy.
Mage
Yeah,
hand is a
no.
5-pound limit.
5 pounds.
All right. Fine.
Well, I don't
either way.
hew too close to the 5-pound limit. It's more like but it's something that can be
Way
moved
too heavy.
easily.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
So
I think Paladoon is Billy's friend. I'm just gonna thunderstep again, and I'm going to teleport out if I can. Can I teleport back outside?
oh yeah, it's within range.
Yeah.
You're only about 50 feet underground, so
Okay, cool. I do. So the way thunderstep works is I, first appear there, and then we kind of explode in thunder, teleport out. And I
Yep.
do that to grab. So I teleport into the case, and fancy meeting you here again.
there's
and then
not
teleport
really
out.
enough room for both of you in there.
So I think you can get yourself out, but maybe not him.
Well, that's how thunderstep works: is you carry somebody else.
Yeah. So if you try to squeeze yourself in there, you might be set with some unfortunate teleportation physics.
Okay, then I don't do it. I guess if I can visually see that, then I wouldn't have made that
Yeah,
decision.
there's not enough room for both of you in there.
Okay. Let me just take a quick look, real quick.
I'm sorry, Antonio. I apologize.
That's okay. I've already used that spell twice. Well, once today anyway. And let's be.
Okay, so Billy, you're just kind of hiding, waiting for the next one to drop, so that way you can get out of the way. You're trying to
I
anticipate.
do message.
You're trying.
I can message Gray
Okay.
again. Are we fighting? What are we doing?
The message I give back to her is shit. What do we need to do? And I have my sword pulled out, and I'm gonna take some of the dust, and I'm gonna huff it.
Okay. So Billy, you're there waiting for the next thing to happen. Gray, you're sitting there right next to Gwyn, and the dust poofs out around you, and she breathes it in, and both of you fall unconscious. The two of you end up in this celestial version of the dojo, where you can see the lower walls, but they kind of fade out into like a gray mist far up overhead, and there are bleachers that are set around the entire perimeter, and you and Gwyn are standing together, similarly to the way that the time that you appeared here with Nilla, on the tatami mat in the middle of this great gallery, and you can see the shadows of all the masters throughout history around you.
Great, it's go time.
Indeed, as well. When the dust poofs out, all the rest of you, actually, Paladoon, and Beestje, you're both in sealed containers, so the dust can't penetrate to you. Villy, the dust does penetrate to you because you're still in a near enough air volume. So you do not appear in the place, but you're able to see through like a kind of like mind vision, an extra sort of ESP over
See Gray and
kind
Gwyn?
of palimpsests itself over your perception, and you're able to see it. You're able to see this temple as if you see the shadowy masters arrayed in arrayed in this kind of shadow vision, around with these bleachers all around, and it's masters of all of these shapes of all different species, and you can just feel the presence of all of these huge personalities and immense souls of power are just located all around you. Beestje, actually Beestje and Paladoon, both of you with your ability to perceive spiritual things, you're not taken in by the dust effect, but you're able to see, kind of like the spiritual energy around you, and you see this kind of like court spring up around you. And Gwyn and Gray are standing there in the middle of this you can feel the tatami mat under your bare feet, and you're both standing there in beginner's robes.
So who feels Gray and the Masters? They're the ones who feel ethereal and far from me, but I can still kind of see them.
You can,
or is it?
You can feel the live people. You can see as if they're still physical. It's all the etheric people around you that you're all able to experience.
Okay.
That you're able to experience as shadows, and their voices you hear as whispers. Although Gray and Gwyn hear their voices like as they were in life.
Yeah.
Gray, what is this?
I'm looking to the crowd, and I'm trying to see if this seems like it's a battle or a part where they're going to be imparting us knowledge to see what I got to do. My next move is, and I have to ignore Billy.
Generally, the custom of the temple is when there was a kumite scheduled, that there would be drums. And you do not
There's
hear
no drums. Okay, good. So I look to him and go, "Why did you send me here? Why did you do this? I brought her so she can see you as proof of what is going on, the transition of power, and that we need to get together to save what is happening right now."
Roll a religion check, Gray.
There it is, religion. 17.
One of the shadows stands up off of its bench. It's very small and begins stepping forward, and the features resolve into those of your master. Gwyn it has a sharp inhales sharply, like that, seeing her master walking forward toward her, and she says, "Yes, we have brought you here because one is straying from the path, and one has brought us to the path. Guess which one is which, Gray?"
I brought you to the path.
Another shadow, a tall, skinny one, stands up and begins stepping forward, and what appears to be a giant walking bee steps forward with huge armor plated wings coming off the back, and a huge fierce proboscis coming off the front. Steps forward and says, "You have honored us by bringing us forward. You have done well, Grand Master." And Gwyn turns around and shouts, "Grand Master! He can't be Grand Master. He's not. When did he ever receive anything? Where's the book? The book has never been brought and has not been presented to the keeper. He can't be Grand Master until he does so. Tradition requires it. And another one comes out. Another shadow comes out of the gallery, and it is an extremely old wood elf woman, and she walks forward, and even though it looks like a strong wind might blow her away at any moment, she appears to be strong and resilient, like a pillar. And she steps forward and says, "Now go," and she says, "Now the keeper is the keeper of traditions, but in extraordinary times, traditions must be abandoned in favor of practicalities. The keeper would do well to know this." Gray, what do you wish to do?
I go, thank you. Thank you for being here and providing us this clarity to help us on our path. How do I get these people out, and what is our best thing to do to move us forward in our journey? We have a head of a creature. We have one of ours that has been tortured and changed. What can I do to protect our traditions, protect our people, and move forward?
While this is happening, can I just start casting weld on the glass around me?
Ooh.
Roll an insight check.
Okay.
I like it.
Nat 20. I'm not kidding. What? Well, you can't see it, but
Okay. You get ready to start casting, and you realize that nothing here is physical. It's all dust and smoke.
no, I mean like, I'm not in the spiritual. I mean like on the outside. Like I mean like just around
Right.
me in the.
You realize
Oh.
it's nothing but dust and smoke.
Okay, I understand. Can I just like step through?
Yes.
I mean, I don't mind if I do. I'll just like
You
step
go like
right through the wall.
you get ready to cast weld on. You're like, and your claw goes like right through. It's like, wait, and you step right out, and you walk right through about 6 or 7 different shadows that begin as you move inside the thing. So you walk right through like 6 or 7 aged masters that begin.
Sorry. Oh, sorry.
Paladin, go ahead.
Me.
Do I see Beestje do this?
Roll a perception check.
That is not one.
Damn it,
Really?
I got that one too.
Wow.
The two of you
Tonight
are
it's
watching.
either 20s or ones.
The two of you are watching. Are watching.
Right, it's in my eye.
The two of you are paying so much attention to the two of them that you don't see Beestje go.
I think at this point we're fully dust blind.
Pretty much, yes. Rigash,
Rigash.
are you still there, Rigash? Okay, Rigash is gone.
Nope.
So Rigash is still outside. Antonio, come back. Mom's probably got her doing something. Paladoon, what would you like to do?
I would like to go ahead and start attacking the. I would like to go ahead and attack the tempered glass again.
Okay.
Meta.
No, he had done it before, so
Okay, fair enough.
so it's not that meta. Roll an attack.
I rolled a. So that's 8 plus 7 is
15. So
15. I rolled 15 and another not one.
Mm.
New dice.
so you pull your halberd out and you stick it through the glass, and it reaches out and it punctures three of the learned masters that are next to
We're
you,
just-
who
just keep killing-
who immediately dissolve into dust and smoke. One of them next to you grabs the halberd and disarms you. So
Oh.
you lose your halberd, and the halberd dissolves into dust and smoke.
Wait a minute.
Nice nat one there, buddy.
Oh. Whoa.
Resolving out of the dust and smoke, a shape turns to you, and a kobold face that looks like yours looks like yours looks at you and says, "You are obviously not ready for this, young one. Return when you are ready." And it dissolves back into the cloud of smoke.
Whoa.
Who's
I
talking
really
to you? I have
overheard this
dust
while
in my eyes.
Villicent, what would you like to do?
I mean, with that nat one having dust in my eye, at this point, I'm just following Gray's lead, so I'm just listening to. I imagine with that nat one perception check, I can't see much, so I'm just listening to Gray and waiting for his cues since he knows about this place more than I do.
Okay, Rigash, you are outside, and you've just finished speaking with your control. You've received your orders. What do you wish to do?
I wish to go ahead and find at least is some sort of area that I can go ahead and like check out what in the world is happening. You know, still using my stealth.
So you're going to
which,
stealth your way back into the temple and find your way to the others?
not quite. I'm going to like stealth my way around the around the outside of the temple and try and find like a window or something.
Well, I mean, you've got the open door right in front of you. You can walk back into the
Very
temple.
true. But I don't know where in the world they even dare.
So you're going to go explore. You're going to crawl on the outside of the temple and go explore and find places that the party is not. Or are you going to
Okay,
go
I'll
try and find the party? You can make whichever choice you want.
Or are you trying to find a less suspecting entrance like a window? Is that what you're trying to say?
Kinda, yeah.
Okay, so roll a climb check.
Climb.
That would be
check?
athletics.
Oh, okay. If it was acrobatics, then I'd be all for it.
We killed Joe.
What did you roll?
14. Sorry.
A what?
14.
14. So the exterior of the temple is kind of old and crumbling, so it's very easy to find handholds to scramble up. As you're climbing, some pebbles you kick some pebbles off that fall down, but you get up to the top, and there's three separate towers that are kind of like bell towers that you can climb your way across. The roof is a turf roof, and it seems like there have been gardens grown up here in the past, but they all seem to have been withered through disuse. The roof is it's a good large pitch. It's about the size of a soccer field. And clearly the temple goes underground. even though the temple is kind of built in close into the summit of the mountain.
So this is like an out of character thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you said like a shadow stone like Paladoon's halberd or something, I was just like, are you trying to tie this back into like the first little bit of chapter of Wild Beyond the Witchlight?
No, not trying to go there yet. Not at all. This is a completely different mechanic.
I could guess that. It's just like that just rang a bell in my head, and I was just like, seriously.
Okay.
And I swear, I feel like you're just gonna have where it's a trope, like how it was in Wild Beyond the Witchlight, where like half the time Paladin's halberd got
Indeed.
just like.
Amanda, perhaps we shouldn't talk about that while we're in the middle of the game. Perhaps you would like to make a decision if you would like to go in through one of the 3 towers, or if you want to go in the front door, or if you want to stay outside.
I'll go through one of the towers.
Which one of the 3 towers would you like to go to? There is a far third tower across the entire field, but it's going to take you a little while to get there, especially if you are trying to stealth.
I might take the one that is kind of close to me. Like it's the second closest to me, but not the closest.
Okay. You should also, I want to remind you that Gray told you that this place is full of traps too. So
I know.
Be aware that by going in the back way, you're going to be exposing yourself to a lot of danger. Okay. So you decide to go into one of the towers next door, and you look in through the top tower, and there's a large bronze bell that's hanging from the parapet on the inside, and you can see a stairway going down, along with a pole rope leading down.
Okay. I think I might walk down the stairs for a little bit.
Okay.
Just in case.
You go down one spiral of the stairs as they go down inside the tower, and you are on an upper gallery level. It leads off into a hallway that you see several doors leading off into.
Okay.
This hallway looks extremely disused, like no one has been here in decades.
Yeah, I could suspect that.
So are you going to go down this hallway, or you can keep on going down the stairs?
I think I might go down the stairs a bit longer.
Okay. You go down the stairs, and you go down to a level beneath, and it is the same. It is an almost identical hallway leading to it looks like the doors are in the same places actually. And equally disused.
I think I'm going to quickly see if there's any magic in here, because I can detect magic.
You cast your detect magic spell, and the magic that you feel is from far below. Roll a perception check.
Of course. Artificial 20.
As you're examining the area, you see a small tripwire placed across almost at floor level. Extremely cunningly, a trap very cunningly placed.
Okay, noted.
Do you want to go down this hallway, or do you want to keep going down the stairs?
I think I'll go down the stairs till I get to the floor of the magic.
Okay, so you go down one more flight of stairs. This is actually a double flight because the bottom level is double height, and you come down into the same entry room that you had been in before, that had all of the, and you see all of the burst iron tilling barrels all over the ground, and you see a panel hanging open at the back of the room.
I don't want to go through the panel.
You don't want to go through the panel?
I was saying, like, I kind of do want to go through the panel.
Okay. So you walk across the room, and you step through the panel, and you see a set of stairs going down, and that then wrap around. They appear to lead down into the mountain.
Is that where the magic that I was detecting is?
Yes, it is below you. Down deeper in the mountain.
I'll go down, since normally wherever there's magic, normally there's the rest of these folks.
Excellent. So you go down. So you follow the stairway down, and it leads into this large library-like gallery that also has display cases and trophy cases and a huge skeleton of a dragon suspended from the ceiling. Roll me an insight check.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good at insight. 16.
16. You've heard of this place before. It's the city of glass, or Lepovincius doesn't know where this place is, but you've heard of it before. That there's a secret monastery somewhere of a sect of very reclusive monster hunters. That it's rumored that they have a great hoard of trophies, treasure, and forbidden knowledge.
I want to write that down really quickly to note that I've been to this monastery. Right, noted.
And as you look down in the center of the gallery, you see you see a big cloud of dust surrounding several large glass globes that have fallen from the ceiling. One of which is you can see Paladoon struggling inside it. You see Beestje step through another one, and then you see Paladoon lose his halberd as you watch. You also see the tiefling and Gray and Villicent all down below, but they're moving in an almost trance-like, very kind of slow fashion.
I swear, these people have gotten into another issue. I don't want to shout because, then that'll probably get me screwed over, but I also kind of want to just, figure out what in the world did they set loose now.
Okay, Gray. Meanwhile, back inside the cloud of dust, Gray, you and Gwyn are standing arguing in front of the masters. You notice Beestje breaks free and walks through several masters, and Paladoon the same way, and you see him lose the one of the shadow masters disarms him.
And so I go, Gwen, we have to stop arguing. Let's not argue. What we have to do is, and I apologize for everyone running around. We need to seek guidance on what is the next place that we can go to stop what is occurring. That is why we're here. We're looking to seek guidance on where we need to go.
Gwyn looks at you and says, "No, Gray, you get your way all the time. Why does it always have to be what Gray wants?" She's stepping towards you slowly, and her eyes begin glowing slowly brighter and brighter with the with the with an amber light,
Like the
Amber.
last time.
like the last time. It
Um,
always has to be what Gray wants.
Well, as the keeper, what do you suggest we do with this danger of this head right here that was brought here?
It was brought
And this
here.
impending danger.
The danger was brought here by you, Gray. Why do you keep bringing these horrible things into our midst? Why are you exposing everything that we've worked for to destruction?
We were summoned here. I'm not exposing it. I need to be here to find the things that we can use to stop this. It doesn't
Paladoon.
matter if it's going to be just you. It's going to be everyone that gets destroyed.
Okay. Thank you.
So I go ahead and since I'm guessing that the thing I'm encased in is not soundproof. I'm gonna yell at don't make her too angry. Remember what happened last time. I'm out of spell slots.
We all are, Paladoon.
Except for me, who
I'm
literally
not.
just walked
I'm
in
definitely
like,
not.
what the heck is happening?
So Paladoon, once you're disarmed, you realize that the thing that you're in is that you can go right through it. It's like dust. It's like a wall of dust.
Okay, cool.
Villy, would you like to do anything?
I think at this point I speak up. I don't even know if the Dust Masters can hear me, but I say, I've seen worlds come to ruin. We thought we prevented it, but I think we made a mistake. But we've got people who can come together to try to fix it. Gray's one of those people, and so am I.
Okay. Rigash, would you like to do anything? You're up on the upper gallery.
I kind of just want to like is overhearing all of this. I'm guessing I am overhearing this. I'm just going like sort of just like sort of just be like, wow. So this is some very interesting like sort of family-ish drama. All right, I'm committing this down to memory.
Why are you here, Rigash?
Because
Rigash is just observing right now.
Okay.
yeah, I'm just
So-
observing, not helping
so-
any y'all.
So Rigash,
I
so
am doing
he's just
I
watching.
love it.
Beestje,
Oi!
Yeah.
I yell over to just what's her name? I keep forgetting her name.
Gwyn.
Gwen.
Gwyn, such a stupid name.
I love it.
I just oi!
Fantastic.
I try to get her attention.
she immediately not just she looks at you, but you see all of the shadow heads all turn to look at you as well.
You just came at me. I was trying to be super friendly, trying to reason with you, and what you do is you just come at me and imprison me in a cage. What you should learn is that you can't imprison a Thrycreen. It's just impossible. You can't do it, right? So what I'm going to do, right, is I'm trying to reason with you, and you're just trying to come at me and attack me. Frankly, I'm offended. You know, I just heard all of the masters. Like, you see this, right? Like, she shouldn't even be like a part of your clan or whatever. Like, she's super like
Roll a
dishonorable.
persuasion check.
With pleasure.
She is a bit unhinged, if you haven't
19.
noticed.
18,
19.
19. Excellent. She seems to retreat from you a little bit, like she doesn't want to listen to what you're saying, but she seems to be like slowly calming down a little bit, or slightly calming down a little
How
bit.
do the masters react to this?
The masters turn to all many of them turn to look at Gwyn.
That's all I want to do.
Let's see. Gray, what would you like to do?
There we go. Yep, sorry. I muted myself. Sorry about that. I'm going to again plead with the masters and be like, Masters, there is something within this solemn place that we have here. There's something within this place that we can get that will allow me to help this group stop this horrible event, and in the process recruit and rebuild our order. Can you help me and identify this item that I need?
The Thrycreen master steps forward and says, I am Master His Kziz, the 257th master of the monastery. I am the lore keeper among us. Show me that which you question. If the knowledge is among the masters, we will be able to share it.
And I asked Billy to show them the head. This is part of the threat. How such a weak being has a gem of the Avatar? These things are not right.
Her name is Yadviga, but she's from... There's different ones from different timelines. I've met one. This is a different one.
The masters, many of them begin, the smoke begins to their features begin to kind of melt away into like a sea of fog, and the dust around seems to become more cloud-like rather than a bunch of individuals who are watching. Master His Kaziz, however, remains there, and you can see Yadviga's face. She's trying to fake like she's not doing anything, but you can see her eye. You can see her one good eye looking around and just kind of taking everything in, and you see the two scanning ports on the other side are gathering all sorts of information.
I canonically wet willied her to wake her up.
You didn't have. You can wet willy her, but she was already.
I'm gonna wet willy her anyway because
she's been scared. No one's been watching her for a while, so you're not sure what she's been doing.
Mm-hmm.
Rigash, roll me a perception check.
Got it. There we go.
Because you are on the outside looking in from this whole thing, so you have a different perspective. A nat 20?
I just seen I rolled this.
As you're watching from above, you see the head that is produced, and through the dust you can see that there's like these laser beams emitting from the whole thing. It looks like it's measuring and recording the whole place around down here.
Okay, I'm finally going to say something to everybody. So, yeah, that head from that gnome lady, yeah, she is making sure that she knows this place down south she can probably destroy or something.
You see there's no acknowledgement of what you've said from anyone downstairs that's in the dust cloud.
They can't hear me, or they're just ignoring me. All right.
Do you want to do anything else given that information?
Well, I'm already doing this already.
Do
So
I
you're
notice
just-
the scanning?
You're just going to continue to watch then.
No, I think I might go down there a bit closer and then like shout at all of them in case they did not actually hear me.
So you're gonna jump
Just-
down into the dust cloud.
Actually, no, I'm just gonna shout at it.
Okay.
In like this dust cloud, since like clearly everybody else is in there.
Okay, so you're
Including
shouting. You're shouting down into it, and none of them give you any indications that they can hear you. Inside the dust cloud, Gray,
Do I notice the scanning?
roll a perception check.
Me and my windows.
Anyone who wants to try and notice the scanning, roll a perception check.
14.
You do not notice.
Nat 1. Mommy dice, you're done. I overdid you.
11.
You do not notice.
Mommy
Dang
dice
it.
need a break.
Nat 20.
Mommy
Nat
dice
20,
has
really?
Lies.
Really?
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 Reroll!
Re-roll it.
No, I was being
Re-roll it.
sarcastic. I wasn't saying. I don't
Sorry,
think I was-
you've already hit the
Nine.
nat 20 train once. A what?
A 9.
A 9? Is that with your bonuses?
I want to make.
No, is this a perception check?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then that's a 15 with bonuses.
You didn't quite make it. So
Unlike me.
so yeah, none of the rest of you notice that Jadwiga's head is scanning.
I'm guessing none of them can hear me either.
No, they
Does
cannot.
the dry cream master say anything else?
The Thrycreen master says show us, bring it forward. Villy begins bring it forward. Are you going to carry it into the middle of the gallery up to the master, or
Is it safe to walk through? I asked them.
so Gwyn says
I think originally, I make eye contact with the masters. Is it safe to walk through? And I guess
Gwyn's-
maybe looking at them. If they don't respond, I look at Gray.
Gwyn rolls her eyes incredibly theatrically and says, "Well, of course, you're standing in the cloud."
Sorry. I step forward. And I hold out the head,
So
still keeping it in my
you,
grasp.
you hold the head out, and
I'm
Jadwiga.
like holding her by the hair, is how I imagine it.
There's no hair. There's no hair to hold her by.
Or no, wait, no, I have her attached. Like I've wrapped a rope around her.
Yeah,
so
you
I
tied
got
a rope.
it out of
You
thing.
tied a rope around it. So
Mhm.
she looks up and she's ah.
Don't
And
be
she's
dramatic.
and she says, "Thank you for bringing me here. This is exactly what I wanted to know."
I wet willy her.
So, if she says that and the masters don't respond quickly, I tell Billy to bag her.
Got it. Who's got the holding? Oh, wait, no, bag of hold. I'd imagine I've got something I could wrap her up in.
Yeah, if you just want to sack her, or are you
Yeah.
going
just
to
sack
bag
her.
of holding her?
No, stack her.
I'd be all right. Out of character. Quick question. So, she's alive, but she's not alive.
She's very much
So-
alive. But
So
she
with
she
a
is kept.
construct,
Yeah, the spells and technology that are used to keep her alive are specific to her culture.
would be the same way of if we stuck a person in the bag, they got 10 minutes and they're dead. Or would not work for that, or do I have a way of rolling?
You
to see
don't
if I
know
might
you
think
don't
that?
know enough about how she works to be able to assess that.
I'm risking everything in my bag if I stick her in.
Yeah, I don't want to put her in the bag of holding. We've got too many things in there. We got
Yeah, no.
these armor.
Yeah, just bag her.
Oh,
Yeah, I
come
got
on,
it.
put her in there. Put her in there.
No, bag her.
No.
Be great.
Mm-mm.
She would do great. She would do great things with that effigy of Grumsh that you have in there.
Oh God.
Oh.
You have what in there?
Oh, sorry, I shouldn't have said anything about that, should I?
But yeah, so yeah, I'm just gonna have Billy.
Oh, never
a-
mind.
a
That's
cloth
that's
over.
in Yadviga's bag. Gray's bag.
Yeah, that's it.
Gray's bag has an entirely different set of things.
Yes, I know. That's why I'm not sticking her in my bag.
So you're just
Yeah,
gonna
too
like
much
stick her
value.
in like a regular sack, right?
Yeah, just a sacker, so she can
Yeah.
no longer
Okay.
look around. Just it feel like she's. I want to basically make her feel like she's.
You bag over her, and
And I go,
She's still attached directly to my belt.
Master his Kaziz, all of the other masters kind of seem to drift away. And Master his Kaziz is the only one forward, and as the other ones kind of melt into the dust, his features seem to become more realistic, and he seems to become a little bit more solid as he steps forward in the middle, and he holds a hand over the top of the sack, and he says, "This is a great and cursed item. Avatar gems are always best left alone. Only 13 of them exist in all creation."
Why are they so best left alone?
Because there's more power in them than any mortal should possess. They have the ability to reshape reality itself.
We don't want to possess it. We
That is wise.
want to try to fix what's broken.
Hmm.
I've seen the splinters in time.
The tools of the
Got it.
gods are not wielded lightly by mortals.
I don't wield it lightly.
I am not saying you do, but I'm saying that this one has attached herself to it. Indeed, is feeding off of it. In return, she has become its thrall.
Should I dismantle her from it?
It depends. Dismantle, destroy, one way or another.
Would
What
I be
you-
risking it attaching to other people if I did that?
The energy in the avatar gem is unharnessable, and is greater than the crude fifth dimensional reality that we inhabit, or that you inhabit, rather, that we have transcended. There's more energy there than your dimensions can handle. Therefore, it reaches out into all the other dimensions around it.
What would you recommend we do with it?
You must destroy it. It is the only way. Otherwise, other greater powers may come seeking it. Go ahead, Paladin.
I ask, how can I destroy it?
Such a thing must be destroyed in the place in the place which is sympathetic to the creation to the tone of creation which was used to seal it.
Yeah. Here's the thing. The thing I used to go ahead and make that tone got smoked. So.
This is a quandary for you. But this gem specifically is attuned to the energy of the enemy, Apostate, and only there can it be unmade.
Apostate.
Yes,
The god.
Paladin.
Also, where'd my halberd go?
Are you going to ask that right now?
No, I'm just kind of anxious about where it went.
If you can ask that right now, if you really want.
Well, they're the ones that got rid of it. So, maybe they know where it is.
So you're wandering around. There are everyone else is right there. You know, questioning the master about the thing right there, and you're looking around at the dust, going, "When you guys got my halberd?" and
Elegant timing.
you don't receive an answer. Beestje.
Can I ask Master Hizkiziz, are you of the Dark Hive?
He looks at you, and you see, and for a second there, you see what would not be apparent to any of the others is the forward facing antennae give a momentary hostile twitch, as if sensing an enemy, and then he seems to catch himself and says, "No, I am from the Watcher Hive. You are from the Dark Hive, are you not?"
Indeed.
Indeed, you are.
Agreed to disagree. In honor of the Thrycreen race, Gwyn over here does not deserve the honor of anything. Just please kick her out or something, whatever it is. Just Gwyn is just not worthy.
Outsiders have no say in the dealings of the monastery.
I'm asking politely.
Are you there?
I am insisting politely. Warden of the Dark Hive, do not test the power of the temple.
Do not test the power of the Dark Hive.
Easy, Beestje.
What's the throw? He's the new paladin. He's the new paladin. We gotta have him.
So while
Murder
this is
hobo.
going on, Gray, what would you like to do?
I stand up and I go, thank you for your wisdom. I think it's best for us to leave with this evil before anything bad happens to this place. Can you guide me to the way out so I can get back to Solera with these people and we can go on our mission?
Agreed.
The prison here is along with all of the other ancient evils that we have imprisoned here. This is probably this is one of the most secure locations that such an evil as this could be contained.
So then,
For if you leave here with her, she will certainly report our position to someone. While she is here, she cannot communicate with her thralls.
What did you say about? Sorry, Miguel, could you remind? Did they say something about its power being necessary for time minute or like kind of for our time was there? Did you say something about that?
Its energy is greater than 5 dimensions can contain.
Okay, energy is greater than 5 dimensions. So there was no implication that it could help us in our time business. More of an implication that it's dangerous. I might have misinterpreted that.
Well, if it has greater energy than which the dimensions that you can perceive can contain, then yeah, it can probably reach across time.
Yeah, it's more likely to break this time stuff that we're trying to fix than it is to help.
Depends on if you can harness it or not.
Okay.
But if this is an avatar gem, like an avatar of one of the 13 legs of reality, then yeah, it's pretty strong.
Yeah.
Harnessing it would be something that would take a being of immense power.
then I,
Gray, I
with
can't
that
take
knowledge,
this back. Yeah.
go ahead, go. You go. You keep talking. I'm sorry.
Gray, I can't take this back to Solera.
With that
Yeah.
knowledge, then I asked the masters to guide Gwen's hand in containing this thing, while we go out and try to stop anything else from happening.
Instead of guiding, you could cut it off.
Gwyn reaches her arms up like, see? Master Hizkiziz looks and says, Gray, you must see that this evil never leaves the temple again. For the instant it is exposed to the outside air beyond the range of our wards, it will communicate with its thralls and bring them here immediately.
You talking about me?
No, I'm talking about the avatar, about the the remnants of this poor creature that has been enthralled by the Avatar gem.
That creature isn't poor. It wanted that.
Basically,
Indeed.
it was actually, there was a chance it was actually once very much like the Yadviga that I met in a different time. The Yadviga that Paladoon and I both know.
That's not the Yadviga, you know? I mean, even if I don't know Yadviga, I immensely doubt that that's the same one.
I mean, I have no sympathy for her. She tried to destroy my village and tried to kidnap me.
Precisely.
But also, if we take this back, I'm endangering my whole family in Soler, as well as everybody who lives
Leave
there,
it here, then.
which is what we're doing.
I'm sure these collectors wouldn't mind that.
That's what we're doing.
Beestje's still upset about being a specimen.
Exactly.
So am I.
The Master Hizkaziz begins receding back into the dust cloud as well. His features beginning to become indistinct and fuzzy, and he says,
"This isn't over."
And he says, "Remember, Gray. The sanctuary is the greatest prison for evil, but if the inmates take over, then the prison is no longer a prison." And he disappears into the dust.
This isn't over.
All of the rest of you, the dust seems to kind of like suck back out of your nostrils and your mouth, and pulls back around Gray and takes its customary place, just kind of like in a dust cloud around Gray.
Don't take drugs, kids.
At this point, you see Rigash up on one of the upper levels, looking down and shouting down at you, shouting down at you. Don't let it get away! Don't let it get away!
Don't let what get away?
The head! Don't let the head get away! And you all turn and look and you know inside the bag you see lasers. You see lasers that are, now that the dust cloud has receded, you see that the head appears to be scanning the whole room.
I mage hand the head right to me.
It's too heavy.
Since you said it's what you said, it's easy to pick up.
It's 5 pounds is the limit, and it is full, and her head is full of heavy crystal and metal in addition to the head. The human head usually weighs at least 10 pounds.
Okay. Well, never mind then.
But you are pretty close to it, so but Villy's holding it in a sack right next to you, so.
Oh. I
Go
thought
ahead,
it was like
Paladin.
on the ground. I thought it was like on the ground trying to get away.
No.
But isn't that not a human head? Isn't that a gnome who is typically smaller than a human?
Yeah, but with all the stuff in her head is what he was talking about.
Yeah, it weighs more than 5 pounds.
Okay.
But you do see that like the laser surveying things that it's using are able to get through the homespun of the sack.
Oh, great. That's even better. Okay, so I look at Gwen and I'm like, we need to put her into one of the slots that you can keep an eye on.
Gwen looks at you and says, "Okay, yeah." And she says, "Come on, bring her downstairs." Gwen walks over to one of the walls and pulls a specific turns a specific trophy on the wall, and it opens up, leading to what looks like a rough-hewn stone wall, and she begins walking. She disappears behind the wall. Do you wish to follow?
Yep, I'm following.
Me too.
I'm staying here.
Okay. Paladin, are you following?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
Rigash,
I'm
are you following?
No. now, because then it'll be a bit suspicious on how on why I'm following.
Okay, so Rigash and Beestje are going to stay upstairs. The rest of you go downstairs.
For no reason at all.
No reason at all. The rest of you, so the five of you go downstairs. You go down these rough-hewn stairs that again these stairs appear to be even older than the ones you came down to get down to the library area. And as you descend down, you see that the whole area is kind of like a natural grotto with stalactites and stalagmites holding up in huge flowstone columns holding up the walls. And are mounted in places around the whole area. All of the stone is inscribed with protection runes. Just ages and ages, thousands of years of someone coming down and adding one rune to the wall. Thousands and thousands of layers of protective magics down here, and you see cases and cages with in different sizes of metallic boxes in them, and there are hundreds of them down here, and several of them are empty.
I'm good on the trigger dice.
Sorry?
I said I'm good on the trigger dice.
And then, yeah. So I'm just following her to where her containment goes.
Who is carrying Yadviga's head?
I am still.
Really is.
So once Gwyn gets to the grotto floor, she waits for Villy to catch up, and then kind of like pushes her forward to one of these flowstone cages that you can see the outsides of them are kind of sparkly and iridescent with thousands of facets of crystals, and the table of this one happens to be right about at the top of Gwyn's head. She's about half the height of the rest of you, and she puts her hand on the side of the flowstone, and several of the bars go and kind of melt and flow open, and she says, "Put the head in."
Just a minute. And I just hold up the bag. I say, I know you can hear me. Jadviga is my friend. And if I have any power to manipulate the events in time and to fix the world, rest assured I'll also fix what you did to her. I put that down.
Once you're done speaking, you hear a muffled curse come from inside the bag. You're not sure you want to hear what that was.
Right back at you.
You put the head.
First time Billy's ever said bitch.
You put the head inside the cage and withdraw your hand, and Gwyn withdraws her hand from the cage, and the bars flow back to above, and suddenly, Villy, you feel like, oh, you suddenly feel like you didn't realize how heavy that had been making you. And all of a sudden you feel kind of like you feel suddenly like yourself again, where you had been feeling very, very dour and very, oh, I'm so worried about everything. All of a sudden, oh, I feel normal again. You didn't realize how much carrying the head had been affecting you, is the point.
Yeah.
Paladoon and Gray, do you wish to do anything else while you're down here in this grotto of imprisoned evil?
I'm gonna let Paladoon make his move. He's got his hand up first.
Go ahead.
Look at the time.
I'm looking at the time.
Okay.
We're almost done here.
So, and what I would like to do is look to see if there's any way to go ahead and destroy this. To go ahead and destroy this gem or something in order to.
So you're down in the grotto. They've just put the head inside a cell, and you're going to try and look for a way to destroy it.
Yeah, destroy the gem and stuff.
Okay,
No,
you're
no,
not going to
we're-
accomplish
we're
that down
imprisoning it.
here.
Oh,
We're imprisoning it, yeah,
Yeah, it's being put into storage.
okay, all right,
for
cool.
us to come back and kill it. Yeah. So then I thank Gwen. I say, okay, we have to get out of here
Yes, thank you,
we-
Gwen.
before these other things come for us.
She says, "As you say, Grand Master," and she begins leading you back up out of the grotto. She says, "By the way, that thing you wanted, it's over there."
Oh, then
And
I
she
run.
and she leaves and walks back up the steps. But don't leave those other two here. I think that one's going to try to make off with the Tarask scale. Beestje and Rigash, you are upstairs, and the rest have just gone downstairs.
Ahem. Rigash. Look at me.
What?
Look at me. Right. In that case over there, it's a Tarask scale. Yeah, Tarask scale. You know how valuable those things are? You know how rare they are? You know how like you know how
Yeah, she probably
you know how it'd be like just amazing
I
if we
hear
could
you.
just
I know.
if we could just
They can all hear you,
you know how
Beestje.
you know how amazing it would be if we could just just take it. Like you're strong, right? You're like I saw you like smash something the other day, right? So here I have a proposition. Can you gladly just smash the glass casing of that? I take the scale, run outside, and make out like a bandit.
Roll a persuasion check. Rigash, roll an opposing perception check.
Oh my god. 23.
We're all gonna
Come
die.
on, Rigash.
I rolled an 18, and then I had my +5 on wisdom.
So,
Nice. I love it.
23.
So, sorry, +5 on charisma, my bad.
Artificial 20.
Not quite enough.
Not enough.
Beestje makes a really good point that Tarask scale would be really good, especially it would be really impressive if you brought that back to your control.
But I have a question. What would I get out of it if I did? Also, breaking the glass would immediately alert all of them down there. Just so you know, since
This is true,
First
but
of all,
we're both pretty fast. That's the thing.
very true. But I've had more experience with this stuff. Excuse me. I know how to deal with this stuff. You don't break the glass.
Okay,
Because
that can be
that
we find. But you do agree that we need to steal this thing, right?
Kinda. Yeah.
So how do you propose on going about this?
I say we find some way, since it looks so like breaking glass will be the most efficient way of breaking it, we need to find something that could muffle it and muffle the noise as best as we can.
Okay, I'm about it. Hold on, give me a second. Let me look at my spells or my items and stuff.
Y'all gonna be specimens.
No.
How to organize the heist in the middle of an apocalypse?
Rick, I
The
should know all
zombies are
about
coming.
it.
Weld.
So you know.
Let's not grab food or weapons.
The
Let's
zombies are
grab
coming,
the
but let's
shiny gold
rob a
bits.
bank
Right.
and get the gold.
Have weld. I forgot. Weld is a thing,
Yes, it is.
and I can just burn a hole right in there. All right, Rigash. Here's the thing. I can just burn a hole right in that glass, and we just take it out. That's the thing. It's not obvious. She'll notice like later, right? She might come after us. That doesn't matter. There's like 6 of us. There's 1 of her. It doesn't really matter too much.
You really think everybody else would
He's
die
rolling
with
dice,
us?
guys. He's rolling dice.
No.
He's rolling
no.
dice. If he's rolling dice, it's automatic death.
Uh-oh. Please no.
No, tell you guys do what y'all do what you want to do. So
Gotta
you're
roll a new character. I mean,
While this is happening, I'm going after the
So
item we need.
Are you in, or are
I'm
you out?
following Gray.
Like, wait, would
It's-
absorb elements work on glass? This is a question from me to the DM.
what?
Would absorb elements work on glass or no?
No.
Huh?
Okay.
Gray, you know exactly which exactly the spot where the bar that you're looking for is.
Yeah, I'm going right out. Yeah.
Yep, you go right to it, and it's sitting inside the holding case where it was before.
I grab it.
You pull it out. It's still wrapped in the protective insulating fabric.
I go run up to Villy and get
Thank
close to her. And where's Paladin? Is Paladin still
Paladin,
with
you
us?
with us?
Paladin is standing with Villy and Gwyn.
That's the only reason why me and Beisthe are plotting. What do you mean? Where's
Okay.
Paladin? He's obviously with you.
So I say, Gwen, we need to rush upstairs because I'm afraid if I touch this, it will only take the 3 of us and not the other 2. And as much as the other 2 will be fun to have specimens, we may need them in the journey.
No.
But don't worry, I'll bring at least one back for you.
She
So
says.
let's all walk back
she
upstairs
says,
really slowly.
She says, make sure you bring that thrycreen back because you know
Why?
those eyes are totally cool and they would make a really great chandelier.
I'm not your boy.
Honestly, after all that, I'm tempted to leave him with you.
What?
So you begin going upstairs. As you emerge from the panel, you see Beisthe and Rigash right next to the Tarascale, and Beisthe is just trying to convince Rigash to is like talking to Rigash, and Rigash is like, well, and the rest of you see the rest of them emerge right as you're getting ready to crack into the Trask scale display case.
I look at it and I go, "You guys ready to go?" Oh,
I don't know
she's
if
back.
he is.
Are you guys ready to go, or would you like to stay here?
I say nothing and just go invisible.
Really, you're gonna go invisible in a place where they train monster hunters?
Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna
I'm
go
about to say
invisible.
that's not gonna work against me or her.
So Gray's walking up, and he's
I'm fine going at any time.
and he's holding a bar of metal that is extreme that especially to Beisthe, you are able to pick up like an extremely powerful resonance from the bar. All of a sudden, the Trask scale is completely forgotten, and you're like, "Whoa, what is
What?
that?" It feels like
Whoa.
it feels like you are like the same sort of power that is in the Dark Hive's queen's voice.
Ooh.
Like
What are you holding there, Gray?
It's our way out.
It's your way out?
It's our way to go back.
Once we use it, can we keep it?
Well, yeah, it's my way back.
No, but like, can I keep it after we get
No.
back?
We can use it. We use it as a party.
Can I use it when
the
I'm in the
five
party?
the 5 of you are or the 6 of you are clustered around this bar looking down at it. Gwyn,
Second, I notice that all of us are clustered. I want to pull it out and touch it.
I was gonna say, Gray, and I immediately.
before you do that, Gwyn is like, wait. She takes the bundle from you, and unwraps the top of it. It is a silvery gleaming chunk of metal. Paladoon, roll an insight check.
Oh,
Shiny.
that's right. I can't take it with me. That's right. It's the only way back.
Super duper shiny.
Wait, you can't take it with you?
I'm not even kidding. That was a nat 20.
Okay,
Dude.
Paladoon. This is
you know what, next time, from now on, you show us your roles, please.
Paladoon.
No,
This
I believe him because I got
Yes,
2 nat
you?
1s today, so I believe him.
I got
This
3
is
nat
a
ones today.
this is a scale of Bahamut.
So valuable and shiny.
All of you reach out like ooh, and you touch it, and immediately the world seems to kind of turn around you, and you are all back at the outside the bottom of the mountain at Solaire, next to the book.
Where's the bar? Where's the bar?
Or not?
The bar
Where's
is
the bar?
nowhere to be seen, nor is the monastery.
Um,
I
Wait,
immediately
was that in the monastery?
scramble for my book.
The book is sitting right there, and you look down, and the page that it is open to is a large an illustration of the exterior of the monastery.
Okay, and I close the book up, put it in my pouch, and say, "We got to get back to the Vishamus."
I'm already running.
Follow me.
But there was shiny and terrestrial. Are we
shiny valuable tea.
Are we just gonna forget about that?
Beistje will
I-
put
I-
you in my
I
list of
look at
people going
Beistje
after
and I
things
go,
that they're gonna kill us with.
Hey Shay, you're right. I'm sorry. You should do, for all your trouble, you do need something valuable. I reach into my bag
Exactly.
and I pull out a ball of yarn and I go, here. And then I haul past with Billy.
It's not really. It's not really my
Beistje,
thing.
you hold the ball of yarn in your hand as the others begin walking up the mountain. The sun begins setting, and you realize, well, yarn isn't so bad. It's what we make webs with, and you begin following them up. You begin following them up the mountain, and that is where we are going to pause for the evening.
This is bullshit.
Let's keep going.
But before we end, please, can my character make a quick call to command? Just relay all information that they've written down and committed to memory.
Yes, you follow back behind the others, but you use your scrying globe as you're walking up to surreptitiously make your report to command.
I have a quick question.
Rigash, why did
Yes.
you need to hesitate? Why did you
Is
hesitate?
there
Oh, shit,
is there
what are you
any
doing
chance
here?
that
Oh, God.
I might have noticed Rigash looking at her globe?
Yeah, like, can we do perception checks?
I'm not trying to hear what she's saying or anything. I just noticed that she's communicating with something.
Can we do perception checks with disadvantage?
You can each roll a perception check.
All of us?
To have
Can I roll
noticed
stealth
Rigash
check?
doing this.
Can I roll a stealth check to oppose them?
No.
Since my character would know to try and
No.
kind of hide or something.
A 17.
I'm getting
8.
dust out of my eye. Yeah, rolled a 2.
Did anybody roll a 20?
Nope.
No.
I rolled a 3.
Then none of you noticed.
Okay, cool.
Action. I can talk to my leader in peace.
Yes, Rigash has been trained specifically to do
Oh
this.
no, I figured
and-
she was, and that's why I was saying that I didn't want, not even trying to hear
This-
or anything
this
like
is
that. I
like-
figured she's got this on tap.
Yeah, this thing is like her CIA, her CIA earpiece type of thing. She's
Yeah,
trained in
this
how to
is
use
so
it and
fucking
surreptitiously, She's trained in being unobtrusive. So
He
he is trained in being unobtrusive. And that is where we are going to pause for the evening. Huzzah to the players, huzzah to the audience, and huzzah to all of you who participate. Thank you all very much, and please, I hope you've enjoyed this Scrying Globe production in association with Greybush Tavern. Like and subscribe, and join us on Discord to join into the action yourself. And thank you to all of the players. Great job tonight. This was a really enjoyable session, and I hope
I
you
love
enjoyed
it.
it as much as I did.
Quick
Thank you
shout
very
out
much.
to artist Yorsi Hernandez for this artwork. Awesome stuff.
Thank you very much. Have a
want
lovely
them
evening.
to go ahead and do Rigash's artwork now.